considering the signing of Hardy and the signing of Darren McFadden, but also considering what they've lost, most notably DeMarco Murray, LaVar, will the Cowboys win the NFC East in 2015?
No. And the reason why, Jordan, is because the New York Giants are going to be better next year. Why is this? Because you're going to have one of the best receiving tandems and duos in maybe the entire league, and Victor Cruz and Odell Beckham. Then you add in Ruben Randle. I mean, you're talking about a three-headed monster. And their tight end, Donnell, he can make plays too.
Big
body.
Backs now.
And then I was about to make my way to the backfield. They bring in Shane Vereen. They got Andre Williams. This group of guys is as impressive as it gets in terms of personnel-wise. And then, obviously, you have Eli Manning at quarterback. The offensive line is maturing. They're growing up. Now, you look at the defensive side of the ball. Can Pierre-Paul get back to where he needs to be? They franchise tagged him. He will be motivated to make some things happen this year. You got Mukamura. You have what you need. Yeah. You got Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. You have the secondary. If they can put it all together, which I think they will, now that you have Coughlin in a comfortable situation in terms of bringing him back, I look at the New York Giants as the front runner to win it.
Well, I mean, I do like that.
Cowboys?
I do like that LaVar, and I credit the fact that these guys are headed into the second year of offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo. But the 12-4 Dallas Cowboys will repeat as the NFC East division champions, and here's why. The road to the playoffs start within the division. I mean, this Cowboys team was 4-2 last year in the division. I'm still kind of scratching my head at why they lost to the Redskins, but this team was 8-0 on the road. You talk about the loss of DeMarco Murray. This is where I think that the Cowboys will not miss the presence of DeMarco Murray. This offensive line, one of the best in the NFL. The addition of Darren McFadden, because of his elusiveness, we'll see if he can stay healthy. But regardless of what they do and where they tend to go in this backfield, DeMarco Murray had nearly 1,000 yards before he was even touched. So that tells me alone what this offensive line is still intact and what they're able to do. And the fact that they add this great addition to the defensive line in Greg Hardy, that's an effective pass rush that these guys are really going to benefit from.
Will they have enough offense to beat a team like New York Giants? I don't think so.
Right into our next question here as we're keeping with the NFC East theme here. Guys, I want to ask you now, who has the best offense in the NFC East? Babs, I got to give you first crack at this one.
Well, I'm going to take it up to Philly because they've been proving that they have the best offense in the NFC East.
I'm just going to wait.
But here's why.
It's
Chip Kelly's scheme. I mean, when you start to talk about what Chip Kelly is able to do with less, I mean, Mark Sanchez stood in for the last remaining 8 games. I mean, he kind of pushed these guys out of the playoffs, but they are still a top 5 offense, putting up nearly 30 points a game. Now they lost LaShawn McCoy, but they add the 2014 rushing champ and DeMarco Murray. So that's where the addition takes place. Sure, you may not be too high on Riley Cooper and Jordan Matthews, but Jordan Matthews it was 123 yards short of a 1,000-yard season. I think that these guys are right intact. Mark my word, I think the comeback player next year will be Sam Bradford.
Okay. All right. I'm going with the Giants, and obviously for obvious reasons. But when you look at Philadelphia's offense, who's going to be their quarterback? I don't know who their quarterback is going to be, Babs. You get rid of Jeremy Maclin. I know you gave all the names that you gave, but you talk about DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray ran behind that offensive line that you just made in your previous point. I don't know that he has the type of success in Philly that he was able to have in Dallas.
But Kelly knows how to use players and put them in space.
When you talk about systems, what name first comes to mind? Who, Rhett? Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you have Tom Brady. That's why the system can work. You don't have Tom Brady in Philly, but you do have Eli Manning in New York, and he has those guys at receiver. I'm going with the New York Giants as the best offense in the NFC East this season.
All right, well, we're going to kind of piggyback off the team that you just kind of vouched for there in Philadelphia and ask, is this a make or break year for Chip Kelly in Philadelphia, considering all the moves he's made, both what are perceived as positive and some negative moves as well? Go ahead.
I don't see him losing his job, Jordan, but it is make or break in a lot of ways. Why? Because he made it a point to get rid of so many marquee players on their team. Now, by getting rid of all those players, you have put a lot of the spotlight, you have put a lot of pressure on yourself to show that his system does indeed outweigh the names on the back of the jersey. Now, If he wins, he's brilliant. Everything is great. He's made. But if he loses, this is the one city that if he loses after doing what he's done, that city will be at unrest. I mean, they will not be able to stomach the fact that he got rid of so many guys and was not able to win. So I think he has to make it to the playoffs for this to be a make season. If he misses the playoffs and he doesn't have a number on the other side that's larger than that loss column, it is a break year.
Before, don't they feel like you got to win a playoff game?
I'll say this. Going into his third year, it's possible that he needs to win a game, but I'll say at the least he needs to make it to the playoffs.
LaVar, this is an offensive-minded coach. The problem was not on the offensive side of the ball. We're talking about a team, again, that put up 29.5 points a game. It's not a make-or-break. It's not a make-or-break season for Chip Kelly. It's a make-or-break season for the defense coordinator, Billy Davis, because this defense was pathetic in some regard to the passing game. They gave up way too many big plays. And also, you talk about some of the guys that they lost, but they also added Kiko Alonso, who played at Oregon. Hey, Chip, Kiko, take care of the defensive side of the ball. Make sure these guys are lined up well. Let's structure what we like to do around what we know Kiko had a great rookie season, a rookie campaign. Should be pretty healthy coming into this 2015 season. I like what they're doing. This is not a make-or-break season for Chip Kelly because the offensive game plan and the scheme that Chip Kelly possesses is a threat to all teams in the NFL.
It takes a year for a guy to get comfortable with his knee. Don't underestimate that.
They did overhaul that secondary as well.